I will have another open day, probably early December, and hope to have it then. We've got the FS and DS carriages. We've got parts of the pilot model out there. I received the etches last night for it. So we're taking a different approach now with a lot of these carriages. You saw a bit of it with the HG. With laser cutting, we're moving away from resin completely. So there's no resin in these kits. Laser cut chassis and walls out of acrylic, 3D printed ends, etch overlaying the acrylic on the sides, and the roofs are vacuum formed out of styrene. So it's 1mm styrene, what you're all used to using. The beauty of it all is you're getting nice square things that fit together absolutely accurately. You know, even with the bogies now, we're looking at 3D printing them as well. I mean, the results are phenomenal. You don't have to drill the side frame out to put the bearing into it. You actually just push them in, and they're in exactly the right position. I think some of you might have seen it down at Liverpool. They had samples of it there. And I mean, I've got some out there that you can just pull apart. I haven't screwed them or glued them or done anything like that with them, so you can see them, but they actually clip together and hold together. So I'm hoping this is going to be quite an advancement for us in terms of kit manufacturing and people's satisfaction. But the other thing is I'm looking at trying to get these in under $400 as well. I slightly finalised the price on
give you a card and you can contact me again.
I'd encourage you to bring a model along at a future forum if you've got something you'd like to show. So please feel free to bring it along. I know that those tables get a lot of interest, so please do. I'd now like to introduce Paul, who's going to try and entice us onto the dark side and talk about why the heck he's doing narrow gauge, which is a bit rich cover for me, as I've got a cover for unbuilt narrow gauge. Yes. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Steve. No proselytising at all. I don't be tempted to convert anybody because, as I said to someone a little while ago, when he said, "Welcome to the dark side," I said, no, I'm just passing through. So don't get too enthusiastic. Now, of course, they're doing it on a shoestring budget, so where we're going to get the Rocos and rolling stock? Well, around about this time, we're talking 1920s, 1930s, the Victorians, if you don't know about it, there were 4 narrow gauge lines in Victoria, and none of them made any money. They went sort of started to go broke from day one. So the theory is that the Victorian railways were starting to dispose of some of their stock because the lines were not being utilised fully, and around about this time these things were coming on the market, and so the Central West Railway Company directors had to look no further than Victoria to snap up some spare NAs and some rolling stock. Very timely. So, but what you're looking at is not an NA locomotive, because by the time it got to the Central West Railway, it was number 2. Refrigerator van, I think there's only one of these, which is why it's MT1. And of course, this is an NRC. Those of you who are familiar with coding in New South Wales rolling stock will see a certain pattern here. Well, I've seen that because they had connection with the main line with the big stuff at Gregory, they thought, well, we've got to have some sort of consistency that the New South Wales guys will understand, so they can understand. Yeah, this is a CV or LV or MRC or whatever. There's a fair chance they might recognise it for what it is.
Someone looked up there and said,
Hope everyone has seen the 57 here. It was given to me probably 25 years ago by John Mackenzie from Orange in one of his philanthropic moments. And John never gave much away, but we had a good relationship. And it was a bucket of bits. And forward of the front driving wheel, there was nothing there. So I've had to make new valve gears, cylinders, pistons and all the rest of it. The wheels came straight out, put Slater's 5-foot British 9F driving wheels. All the other wheels are 3'1" Slater's wheels. It's got a GB40 Slater's gearbox motor, the same as in the Garrett. The Garrett was really good because you end up with a whole heap of brass fret, so a lot of the bits are made from the Garrett bit, so that was really good. I've tried to leave the loco as it is. I didn't want to go and put UV fancy detail parts, so I think if you're fixing up a vintage car, you don't go and put xenon headlights in it, so that's the best way to describe it.
They're really hard. It's all white, it's got soldering iron down into the thing. So all of that has no
It etches really easily and takes the dye very well also. But obviously I did the top railing last, but the only thing I did wrong, which was a bit of a stupid thing, was after I did the deck, I put this centrepiece in, and then I thought, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to do more work on the deck. So anyway, that was just a minor thing that I was able to support it either end. And the foam block is just for the ease of scenery. And when the layout is finally built, I'll probably have a trestle in front of it. So you'll be able to view this from or through the trestle where the road will just come down this side and that side.
The fence from Sydney to Parramatta was calculated at 3% of the total cost of building the line, like trip guns and such like, landmines on your side of the property and such. Whereas an invitee, you have a higher degree of legal responsibility to look after them. Okay?
So the heifer has to look after the bull because she's invited him over to go.
You're not far wrong.
I used Pico, and that's a photo down the line. Now, that probably makes it look a bit bigger than it was, because where I'm standing is the end of the line. And round that corner, about another metre on is the end of the line. So, I put that in is because you can see that those a slightly closer detail of the point kits. Those are Markway point kits. Now, Markway point kits come from the UK, and they come with sleepers, copper-clad sleepers, code 125, hand-laid wooden sleepers. I think they're sugar pine sleepers, made by Kaplan and sold by White Valley Models. I pin every second sleeper by hand, and I make them all of them were made on pieces of ply, 4mm ply I think it was, 4mm ply. And that brings the height of the rail up to about the same as the Pico point. The layout I've got isn't attached to the walls except in one small section, so you could probably pull it out fairly quickly. It's made in sort of modules. I wanted to continue the branch line theme, Morpeth, but I've been working on for 20 years, but I also hang it for a bit of, a bit of bigger stuff. I've got a couple of 36 kits, I've got a 59 kit. I'd like to run those, but I still wanted the branch line. And these awards are, I suppose, presented to people or organisations who the committee feel have made an outstanding contribution to scale. That's 1/4 inch or 7 mil. To the hobby in general, and to I suppose promoting that organisation. The recipient and I suppose unanimous decision of the committee for the receipt of the Aus7 Models Group award for outstanding contribution to O-scale modelling is Bruce Lovett. So Bruce, if you would like to come forward. Now Bruce is going to be upset with me for being embarrassing you. Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Trevor.
All right, you're welcome. All right, there's the award. Now, let me put this down. And I'm sure Chris wants to take a picture of us.
Congratulations, well done. Well, where do we start? I've known Bruce, or Bruce has known me since I was, 8 years of age. That's quite a long time. But his contribution to 7 mil is also important because I don't think all this would have happened to some degree without Bruce. Because in the early exhibition, it was a general exhibition, it was all O-scale, American, English and all that. And that was at Thornley, wasn't it? That was the first one?
The
So it was
O-gauge Modelers
workshop. 2 at Thornley, 1 at Menai, that was.
The first one was
Mortar.
Epping.
That's right. So Bruce started that, and of course, this group is I think Australian Holland, wasn't it, who detached it to make it yourself. Wow, well done.
Yeah. Do you want to say something, mate? Or? You don't have to give a speech, just a quick, because we're going to get moving.
Well, I've only been given 2 words, and those words, of course, are thank you. Thank you very much. Peter's outlined most of my involvement with the O-gauge fraternity over the years. Actually, my interest in O-gauge started when I was 5. That was in 1934. All right, you add it up, yes, I'm 89. Once again, thank you very much. This reward is really something. Thank you.
The Wabash Mogul here is a Chemtron kit, 1970s kit. It was incomplete, the kit. Part of it had been started on assembly, which all had to come to pieces. Trying to find all the bits and pieces to get to know what was missing was a bit of fun. And it's the same model that I've also made 20, 30, 40 years ago, I must say 40 years ago, in HO. So I've always been wanting a pigeon pair, and my dear friends who have been working on Cole's layout with bought me the kit for my 70th birthday, and what a gift.
Anyway, I bought a junker from Peter Berg. It was it's a U30, actually the actual model is a U30C, and it was Southern Pacific, grey and red. It had bits off it, it had a bent frame, the nose was not connected to anything, it had a